What's happening, financial coaches? It's Pete Waitzman here, founder of Expedition Money. One of the questions that I got, and I know this is an easy one to beat up on, is when, if ever, does whole life insurance make sense? Now, this is one of those things where I could go on all sorts of different rants about there are a million products out there and there are a billion people out there. And for every product that is developed, there's probably the perfect customer because they wouldn't invent a product if it didn't have a customer. It's just like real estate. You might not like a piece of real estate. A buddy of mine, I remember, bought a studio apartment in downtown Chicago, right off Navy Pier, but it was super small. It had a kitchenette, and he showed it, renovated it, and had it displayed and listed for a long time because most people were like, I'm never going to spend this kind of money on something that's as ill equipped as this place. But yet, finally, one person came through that it was perfect for, and they bought it. It does not require a product to be widely accepted as something valuable. It just needs the one right person. And that's every product from payday loans to whole life insurance policies. Now, I bring that up because if I listen to many financial gurus out there, most of them are like, you never need whole life insurance policies. They're a ripoff. You'll never make money. You're better off buying term and investing the rest. All of that could be true depending on how you want to do it. I have a whole life insurance policy. I actually have $500,000 whole life insurance policy. It's not necessarily inexpensive, but I bought it for a number of reasons. One, because the internal rate of return is something over 5.5%. So I take no risk on it, and the cash value of it grows by at least 5.5%. And it's been higher in the past. So that's one thing I like. I could invest that money, yes, and maybe make a higher rate of return, but not in a guaranteed way. And there are very few fixed instruments that are paying that much. And if you have been around for the last few years, many of the deposit accounts that would have been cash equivalents have not been paying that. So the other thing is I get the death benefit. I get a fairly significant amount of death benefit that augments the death benefit that I have on my other policies, my term insurance policies and my universal life insurance policies that provide a death benefit to my family, my wife and my kids, if I should ever predecease them. And so they get that death benefit. So I feel good about that. And as long as I keep paying those premiums, or at least as long as the cash value exists in the account, they will get that death benefit tax free eventually. If I were to let the policy collapse, it wouldn't work. But if I had a term policy, even if I had a term policy for the next 40 years, there's no guarantee that I die before that term policy. I'm hoping to live forever. I want to be the first one that ever does that. But the whole life policy, as illustrated, should always be in place for as long as I live, up to 21 and beyond. And in the event that I do die, then I know that my family will get that. And if I want to cash that policy out, should I need it or should something change or whatever it might be, then I know that I have that cash value in there that is also growing. So it's something of a conservative investment for me, but I have other insurances and I really like it. I'm glad that I have that. So it's not necessarily for everyone. And if you don't have the spare cash to put money into this, I'm putting money into various other accounts as well. And so the money that I'm putting into that whole life policy is money that I would probably just be putting into some sort of cash equivalent account, but now it's doing a little bit of a double duty for me. So that's what I like about it. Again, I'm not necessarily endorsing it, recommending it, but at some point you may like having that. And one of the ways that you can give yourself the opportunity to own a whole life policy later is to have a convertible term insurance policy now. So that's actually how I got into it. I had a term life insurance policy for 20 years. And then when I got to my 20th year, I went ahead and converted some of that into the whole life policy. So it didn't require any new underwriting. It was a guaranteed issue. So that's what I really like about it. And I'm hoping that either me or my family gets the benefit of it one day. So just my thoughts on whole life insurance. Hope that helps. See you later.